Hello and welcome to a brand new episode of No Time to Bleed, the monthly action movie podcast. I'm your host, Jay. I'm here with my co-host, Micah.
Hey.
And Terrence.
Monthly. What's up?
Yeah.
Last time we did one.
Last month.
Was it?
Look, if you don't think about it.
Maybe it was last month. I don't know. Anyway.
It was not. It was not. So this is the 1996 direct-to-video American film, Skyscraper, starring Anna Nicole Smith. It borrows heavily from the plot of Die Hard.
Anna Nicole Smith?
Oh, is this not the Skyscraper movie we're doing?
No, that's not the Skyscraper.
Oh,
I don't even know what that is.
Yeah, because it was direct-to-video starring Anna Nicole Smith. No one knows. But that's a real movie.
Oh.
It is.
Oh, porn?
Maybe. Interesting. No, actually, we're doing the 2018 movie named Skyscraper starring Mr. The Rock Johnson. Micah, you were extremely excited about doing this film.
Yeah, man. This is peak bad rock movie, yo. Like this is I mean, it's bad, yo. like
It's next level.
It's filmmaking 101, but at the same time, I really had a good time watching it. I really did. Like this is like a Carl Weber movie for me. Like it's not good, but
if Carl Weber made action movies, this would this is right in that wheelhouse. Yeah,
this would be it. This would be it. Except like the Carl Weber movies have like are slightly better because like the mystery in the Man in 3B kept me going. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like there were parts of Skyscraper that I just saw and I'm like, well, the only reason that's in the movie is because it's going to come back at the end.
Yeah.
It's a lot. This movie is This movie has more foreshadowing than any other movie I've ever seen.
Yeah, man.
It does.
This is this is not a good movie, but goddamn if it ain't a good time.
Yeah. Do you have in the
I give it 8 rolls of duct tape out of 5.
Damn it! You stole my answer, son of a bitch. Son of a bitch, that was my answer.
I don't have a rating now. Thanks.
Yeah, that's so funny that all of us
Thank you.
thought the same
Appreciate
thing.
it. God damn it.
God damn it! That was mine. That's a good
It's a
joke.
low fucking hanging fruit.
It
though.
is.
Like,
It is.
Come on, man.
Oh, you bastard!
I mean, trust me, there are other things that you can rate that are ridiculous.
Hey, you're right.
Yeah, there definitely are. Terrence, your thoughts on this movie?
I've seen it twice. Well, one and a browse, just to kind of brush up on what happened. You really don't need to. Anyway. It's by the numbers. Again, it's a very dumb movie. Like it is incredibly stupid. Like what the fuck, Rob? But like you can see everything literally coming from a mile. They're a mile up. You can see everything from a mile away.
Yeah,
like it's so stupid, but it's fun, man. It just is. It's dumbass fun.
I'm so mad I didn't see this over Rampage.
It seems like The Rock is really trying to act in this movie, like to a fault because like it's Skyscraper.
Yeah, like
you don't
have to bring it in.
You don't have to give it your all.
No, you really don't.
This
he was
everybody
like,
else was awful.
Oh, really? You thought everyone was bad?
Everybody was terrible. Everybody was garbage in this movie. Like none of the acting was good. The action was just absurd. Yo, this nigga. We'll talk about it. He turned into Spider-Man. The leg had more charisma than anything else in this movie.
He was saved by that leg 4 or 5 times.
Yeah, and no one is making that jump on one leg, my nigga. Like it's just not happening. It's just not gonna happen. So yeah, the leg. Since I'm gonna give it 7 bum legs out of 5 because it was just so stupid. Like again, it's look, yo. If you go over into the movie and it's dumb, it's stupid. But like if you don't have a good time, you got no soul, man. It's so stupid. I
can't think of a movie that we have done that I hadn't seen until watching it for the show that is more like right down the ballot, No Time to Bleed movie. Like it really is. Like it is nailing on everything. If I have to give this movie a score, and look, I would agree with both of you. It is dumb. It is super dumb. It's what you said in your review. It's 1,000 everymans out of 5. Yo, they try so hard to make The Rock a regular guy in this movie.
No,
it is absurd.
You can't, yo. You can't.
He's too big.
When you're 6'4", 250 or whatever he is. No, that's not the average dude, yo.
He's just like, nah.
That's not the average dude.
I'm just an average power lifter. No,
Right.
Come on, yo.
I'm just an average U.S. Marine war veteran and retired FBI hostage rescue team leader turned security guard. That's not the average person, yo.
I got a little bit of a salt and pepper beard,
right?
To let you know I've been through some shit, but not too much. I can still keep my humanity. Family means a lot to me.
You know what? Jack is a vet. He's a teacher. That's an average dude,
right?
Come on, yo.
The Jack, Rock, basically the same guy in this movie, right? Yeah, largely the same. It is unbelievable the lengths by which they go to really try to dress down The Rock as just a regular guy. Like, no. So, yeah, I'm giving it 1,000 everymans out of 5. Like, it's just insane. Look, and if you haven't seen this movie before listening to this episode, stop.
Yeah, do yourself a favor.
It's worth your time.
It's just under 2 hours, and it might seem like a lot, and it is. But get drunk with your friends and just watch this.
Yeah,
because it's so bad that it's good.
Yeah, this is one of those. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like, you know how they have, and this is just spitballing here. You know how they have like Fantastic Fest, right? Where they just, in like the Button-umathon and all this other stuff, where they just watch all these like big movies that are coming out. I feel like we should have something like that, but not, and I don't want it to be like super long because I want you people out of my house. But like just like the cream of the crop of bad action movies.
Yeah. Like
this would be a good one. I feel like this is a solid bad movie, man.
Yeah, just have fun with your friends and watch this everyman, the story of an everyman who's a family man, just a regular Joe, do these impossible feats
with one leg.
He
ran across a super crane while being chased with gunfire and hop along like, oh shit,
yeah.
Like, no, he would have jumped and fallen to his death.
So
come on.
All right, now I haven't verified the stats on what I'm about to read you from IMDb's trivia page, but one little nugget that I saw says, in order to make the jump from the crane to the building, Dwayne Johnson would have had to run at least 28.4 miles an hour.
Hey, that's not happening.
Yo, he had the Usain Bolt.
Usain Bolt's fastest record is 27.4 miles
not
an
enough.
hour. So he would have to run faster than the fastest man on the planet on a bum leg to make that jump.
Yeah. And also, by the way, you would have to then be able to jump like high enough, right? To clear that. Like, it's not like you just like, if I just leap a little bit because I'm going fast enough, it's not enough.
No.
Not Mario. Like, get out of here.
Like, this movie, I mean, you could practically see The Rock's jizz on every frame that he's in. He is jerking himself off with this movie.
This is textbook vanity project.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, it's a vanity
God damn.
But you know what? God damn it if you ain't pull it off.
It's fun. It's fun.
It's fun.
It's bad, but it's fun. Jeez. It starts off in bumfuck nowhere as the Rock, as the U.S. Marine,
Ash Lake, Minnesota.
In Minnesota,
10 years ago,
as a Marine, an FBI hostage rescue team leader. I didn't know the FBI was rolling deep like that.
Yeah, no, but go ahead. I don't think that's the thing. They don't have like combat vets
Yeah, that are okay. He goes.
I don't think so.
He goes into this house, right, and to try and negotiate these hostages out because Chris Benoit is about to kill his family and shit. and
He had one bad night, guys.
Yeah, one bad night, right? And he's got his family and he's got a suicide vest on, and he blows it up, right? And The Rock is like, no, right? And the thing goes off, right? And all of a sudden, we cut to white. We see The Rock on a gurney. That explosion that he took head on apparently blew his leg off, which was funny to me.
That's
he
not
took
funny.
the explosion head on, but
Oh, well, maybe he was like trying to kick him at the left. He was trying to just like.
maybe he was trying to drop kick the explosion. That's what he was trying to do.
You don't know because you're not a professional. You have no idea what you're talking about. How dare you?
So he's getting operated on by Nev Campbell, who happens to be a combat surgeon and multilinguist.
Okay, all right. So what's funny about this is, did she fall in love with him like when she saw him where he looks like a penis and he's just like he's like all bloody. She's like, God damn, through all this blood and everything, this biracial man is so very attractive. I think I want to have biracial kids with him later on. Or quadracial kids, I guess.
Yeah. So then we cut to a promo for the tallest building in the world called the Pearl. It's twice as large as the Burj Khalifa.
Right. You could have just been like, it's larger than the Burj Khalifa. Yeah, the Burj Khalifa is enormous. They're like, nah, fuck that. It's 2 times as big because fuck you. This is a movie. Like, it's unnecessarily large. Is 150 floors enough? No, not enough. Keep going.
200.
Oh, shit.
Like, Jesus Christ.
So
How tall is this thing? It's like 3,350 feet.
It has a 30-story physical park inside.
yeah,
Why?
the building has a central park in it. Why? Because for the second act, that's why.
That's it. It's got twin turbines. You know why? Because of the third act.
So we see The Rock's family, Nev Campbell and two little white Samoan people, and
They're cute kids.
They are cute kids, and I'm that's actually something that I'm happy about. They look, like they would come from the two of them, right?
Yeah, because they could have easily just been like, "Here's Jared and Ivanka." Like, come on, God damn.
So we see The Rock. He's putting on his clothes. He's putting his leg on, and he's in a suit and tie. And he's like, "How do I look?" And his wife comes in and is like, "Well, you would look all right if you knew how to tie a tie, you dumb nigga."
Yeah, he really doesn't know how, dude. Like, come on.
So yeah, she fixes his tie, and she's like, he's practicing his Mandarin because he's going to assess the security of the building that's twice as large as the largest building in the world.
They got one guy. They're not a team. I got one guy.
One guy to do the assessment, right? At one point, the wife is like, "Hey, can you fix my phone? I don't really understand technology. Can you fix it for me?" And The Rock was like, "Just turn it off and on again. Didn't you see that documentary, The IT Crowd? It's easy," right? It was like 90% of the time, you just turn it off and on again, and it'll work. I'm mentioning that for a very, very specific reason.
So that's I would say that's the first foreshadowing, but that's not the first one. That's one of two.
Yeah,
Because the ending scene, I've got you, or the beginning scene, I've got this kid, I'll fucking kill him. Oh, put the kid down. Oh, I got a grenade. All that is foreshadowing for the end. So this is 2 foreshadowings.
I would argue that was probably to be 3. The first foreshadowing is his leg.
yeah, because you use it. Yeah, because the thing that should be the handicap is the thing that saves him countless times.
Oh yes, that's correct.
So what is that? 3?
That's
We're
3.
about to hit the 4th one, and I'll get to that in a second. But yeah, he's so The Rock goes and he meets with the security team. He kisses his wife and his kids. Daddy loves who? Me. Daddy loves who? Me. There's good parenting. Make your kids compete for your affection.
I would say that you're kidding, but that sounds like something you would do.
Well, I'm being facetious, but yeah.
He's like, no, I actually admire that about the
I mean, you got to teach them competition. How are they going to make it in this world?
You're not willing to crush your enemies.
Right before they leave, Pablo
Schreiber. That's what's his name's brother. You know,
Schreiber's brother.
Yeah. Schreiber's brother.
okay.
Yeah.
I know him as the
Porn
dude
stash.
from Porn Stash.
I know him from. Hey, it's that guy. He's always a bad guy.
Oh yeah, funny you should mention that.
Yeah, no
the
shit.
second you see him,
I was like, that guy's not a good guy. Like,
Right.
He's
He
bad.
was also in he played the what is he in American
the
Gods?
American Gods. He played the Irish
the leprechaun.
Yeah, the 6'5"
Mad
leprechaun.
Sweeney, right?
Yeah.
Mad Sweeney. He'd throw you through a fucking window. That dude's huge, by
He's
the way.
6'5".
Yeah, he's a big guy.
The second this guy comes on screen, you know he's a villain, right? Even if you've never seen him before, you know there's something wrong with him, right?
Yeah, 100%.
So Pablo recommended The Rock to do the security assessment. Because,
this is the whitest Pablo I've ever seen.
yeah.
Yeah, are they?
What's that?
Like,
What
where's he
nationality,
born?
race are they?
Colombia.
Canadian American.
Colombia. He was born in Colombia. He was born in a hippie commune in British Columbia. Never mind.
Yeah, and
Not
Canada.
Colombia.
Yeah, near British Columbia, Canada.
So
Where the fuck was Liev?
I don't know.
What the fuck?
So they go in, right? And they
At least she was 6'3". Tall ass niggas. Goddamn. Anyway.
they go in and they talk about, The Rock comes in and he's like, "Bong ching ching cow, bong ching cow," and then the owner of the building, Zhao, is like, "Oh, bong ching ching ching, bong ching cow," and he's like, I don't know, man. I'm just trying to be polite or whatever." And he's like, "Don't worry about it, bro. What's my building like?" And he was like, "Well, I've done a thorough security assessment. I did an ocular pat down of all your surroundings and your infrastructure, and I've determined that your building is 100% safe." And the Chinese guy is like, "Thanks. Here's a tablet that has access, that gives you access to all the security features."
Why would you do that? Why would you do that? Why would you do that?
I don't know.
Again, one guy has access to everything.
But it's facial recognition's,
No can beat that. It's never been beaten in the history of computers. Okay.
So
Just cut his head off and put it in front of a tablet. It's not that hard. Clink.
or just do what they did and hold him there.
Yeah.
And just flash the shit in front of his face.
Yeah, that's how they get your phone. It's
All
like,
right.
yeah.
So he says that the fire and security systems are secure, but he needs to inspect the offsite security center that controls the actual system. So Zhao hands him the tablet computer that gives him full administrative access to the Pearl's computer systems that can only be unlocked with facial recognition. So later on, while heading to the offsite center,
back up.
oh yes, I am so sorry.
Yeah, back up.
I am so sorry. Because this is where foreshadowing number 4 comes in. What's that? So this building, the building that's twice as large as the Burj Khalifa, has a ball on the top of it, right?
Okay.
and Zhao was like, "You want to see what's in this ball?" He was like,
Before that, you forgot the other two guys that show up. There's a nigga that shows up.
Yeah.
But the dude behind him, like, look at his face, yo.
"Oh yeah, the English dude."
Oh,
Yeah, the English dude. Of
He's
course.
a villain.
right,
Of course, that's villain number 2.
right.
So that's 4 or 5 or whatever.
Well, the funny thing is, when they give the tablet to The Rock, when Zhao gives the tablet to The Rock,
Oh, because the Pablo,
and he's
like,
just like,
giving the bad guy scowl. I'm like, nigga,
we're gonna get that tablet. Like, yo, Jesus Christ! They're not even trying.
I was watching this morning. I just noticed it. I'm like, y'all niggas are just fucking just lazy. Like, what is this? And then this dude shows up. I'm like, he just looks like a fucking villain.
Yeah, he's got a villain face.
Yeah, look at him. And then he's like nonchalant. He's like fucking. Look
And he's the outlier of these other dudes who I think the shortest guy in there is 6 foot. This guy's 5'5", English, stuck up. Like, all right, yo,
right.
all right.
Everybody else
dismissive and fucked up the Rock off break. Like, okay,
like
Yeah,
everybody else can bench press 275, and this guy's like, "Hey, everybody, I'm with you, right?" Like, no,
like, nah, get out of here, you
nah,
fucking
beat
clown.
beat it. Everyone else is ex-military. Like, no.
So, Zhao is like, hey, the Rock's character's name is Will Sawyer, which,
Yeah, okay,
Sure.
yeah.
all right,
He should just go by The Rock.
all right. Nigga, your name is Dwayne. You expect me to think you a Will Sawyer? All right, yo.
William Sawyer.
All right.
Billy.
Zhao is like, you want to see what's in this?
Billy.
He was like, you want to see what's in this ball? And The Rock was like, sure, right? So they go up and they go into the ball, and the ball might as well have third act written on the door. Like climax. Right? Because you go into this thing and it's like a holodeck. Like it's all holograms, and there are Enter the Dragon style,
Right,
like,
that's what I was thinking
mirrors
of, right.
that pop up and what is the purpose of this ballroom if to not have a
gunfight.
Right. What's the purpose of it?
You could also have a kung fu fight.
Apparently.
You could do either one, really.
And they show that, oh, you know, The Rock's talking to Zhao, but he's not really talking to Zhao.
No.
Zhao's behind him. I wonder if that'll come into play. That's 6. That's 6 right there.
You have another one coming up.
Jesus fucking Christ.
And it also has cameras on the outside for some reason.
Yeah, what?
Well, that becomes okay. So the cameras on the outside, while ridiculous, becomes a point later on when Zhao has the safe with the one window that pushes. That's not a real window. You think it's a window, but it pushes and then it opens, and the safe is there. So like they have cameras to mirror the outside.
Yeah.
So you would think like these are false walls and stuff, which was kind of dope. But then you've got Pablo's character and The Rock on a boat. And this is another foreshadowing, I believe this is number 6, where he's like, hey man, when's the last time you held a gun? And he's like, well, he's like, you know, it's like a sword, man. I've been taking, you know.
I haven't picked up my sword in a long time.
Yeah, and it was like,
wait.
yeah.
The fuck did you just call me?
And he hadn't touched it.
Sorry.
He hasn't
Wrong
touched a gun in 10 years.
Yeah. All right, yo. All right, because you're the everyman. Yeah. All right.
It's like I make decent love to my wife every night, and you know I like a cup of noodle every once in a while, and
Yeah,
and I watch Sports Center.
I like my beer cold, my wings hot. I'm just the everyday average Joe.
In my sword sheath until the third act. Literally, why does he have a fucking sword in this movie?
I have a quick question about this Pearl. The floor is flat, correct?
Yeah.
Yes.
So the cameras that are on it, when he projects the outside,
Yeah, it looks it's curved.
yeah, like
Force perspective.
no. What I'm saying, like the floor is the floor also televisions or
Yeah, the whole thing.
Screens
Yeah,
well.
the whole thing is a screen. Everything in there is a screen, including the floor. Apparently.
Where did they get this technology? I mean, they barely have the technology to build a building twice the size of the Burj Khalifa.
Well, they tell you where you got the money from, but
Yeah,
like,
they
the
tell you where
technology.
you got the money from.
I'm talking about the technology.
No, yeah, well, I don't know. But would the projection be on the floor since the floor is flat? I don't understand any of this.
I don't
get it.
understand it either.
Well, that's why you're not a Chinese magnate.
Yeah, you're right.
Apparently, we see a scene of the main villain, Korres Botha.
Oh no! You're skipping.
Well, no, he comes in. He comes in real quick, right? Or maybe I am skipping something.
Yeah, like
they're
he
on
gets
the
his
boat.
bag stolen
That's right.
off the boat.
Some dude straight snatches his bag.
Yeah, somebody snatches his purse and
That's my man purse.
My merce.
and he because everyone believes that the tablet is in the merce, right?
Yeah.
They chase him down, but I can't remember. They don't they fail, right? Like they don't.
No, they
get
get the Merce, and he cuts the Rock's arm, and so the Rock is like, all right, I got to go back to.
I got to go back home or whatever.
He goes back to leave Schreiber or Pablo Schreiber's place.
Yeah. So then we see Chorus Botha, the Eastern European diehard analog, who breaks into the building. He breaks in by tunneling into a wall from the outside. What's weird is that this little Asian dude sees that the hole is just bursted open into the wall. He shines a light into it. He doesn't see anything, and all of a sudden, a hand just pops out and grabs him from the darkness. Well, what kind of flashlight was that? Right. You couldn't see the hand coming straight at you.
Well, not only that, how far are they away from the exit of the hole?
Right.
Like they're there.
Is he Dawson? Did the fucking hand travel 4 meters before he fucking grabbed him?
It might have. You don't know.
Apparently.
Just killed that poor guy.
Yeah. Murked him, yo.
Yeah. What just pop up? Man, I don't get it.
So we cut back. We're back at whatever hotel or whatever the Rock is staying in to get cleaned up. And Pablo's character is there, and he's like, "You get it?" He's like, "Well, how did I know? How was I supposed to know he didn't put it in the bag?" All right, I'll go get it. And Pablo is like, "Man, why did you take the thing out the bag?" And he explains that he's a bad guy, and he's
to the shock of no one,
right? And he's got to get that tablet. So they have a fight, right? And this fight is amusing.
I didn't think this fight was bad, actually. It's one of those good old fashioned use everything in your grasp fights,
including the dishwasher. Apparently, I like that Pablo went for that leg, right? Because that's what you would do
off the rip.
That's what you would do. If you know your boy is. See, but it's funny because Pablo was able to rip that leg off, right? But gravity couldn't rip it off. Gravity couldn't rip it off.
Nah, Pablo mad.
Gravity,
nah, Pablo mad stronger than gravity.
All right, okay.
I will say this: during the fight, there is a scene that I enjoyed quite a bit, which is the Rock gets up and he kicks Pablo down like through a table. Then Pablo somehow ends up next to the Rock as the Rock's head, like he's like trying to stand up. And he kicks the Rock's head into the TV. Yeah. That shit was funny. I was like, all right, that's pretty good. Like, the fight is pretty brutal, though. Like, it's actually pretty enjoyable.
They beat the shit out of each other.
Yeah, they did.
Like, two fucking just giant human beings just throwing each other around an apartment. That's pretty good. I like that.
So, Pablo's character is mortally wounded. And
shot in the chest.
So he does what every bad guy henchman does. Now that he knows he's going to die, he might as well tell the truth. That he warns the Rock that he's working for Chorus Botha, and Botha's men will kill him before the tablet. We also find out that I think it's at this point where the Rock's family, who was supposed to be out of their apartment in the Burj Khalifa building.
Yeah. Double Burj.
Yeah, the double Burj is... they came back, right? Because
they were supposed to go see the pandas.
But the son's asthma flared up because he's got to have there's this one more obstacle that this everyman has to overcome.
I'm surprised that the Rock's DNA would even allow a child to be born with such an ailment.
That was Nev Campbell's DNA.
Yeah,
that was.
I mean, they had to blow the Rock's leg off. He didn't just lose it.
Right. They had to blow the Rock up in the face for his leg. It's so dumb. Yeah. So, one of Botha's subordinates, Zia, who is clearly an Asian pop star, comes in and she
100%.
Right. I mean, come on, yo. It's not like, all right, okay. She eventually steals the tablet.
Well, now hold on a second, because you got to go back. Botha and his buddies, they have this moment where they're putting down whatever
talcum powder.
Yeah, that's apparently flammable when water touches it, right? What's hilarious about it is they're wearing these masks. They're like, oh, we gotta like put this stuff down, because we don't want to breathe this stuff in because we're made of water.
They finish putting everything down,
and they take the mask off.
Immediately.
And it's like they walk over. And I was like,
nigga, what?
I was like, you're all dead. Your insides are all on fire. What are you talking about? Like, somebody was just like, no, but we need to see the villains' faces. I thought that was so weird. Like, oh, let's make sure we protect ourselves. No, we're good now.
Fuck it.
Once it's on the ground, it's fine.
Right. The carpet absorbed everything. It's fine.
We're good. I was like, no.
Sure.
That's bad writing.
They had a architect come and consult on this movie.
To do what?
For what?
During development,
Like the validity
architect
of the building?
Can we make a building twice as large as the largest building in the world?
The funny thing is, he was like, no. They're like, yeah, we're not doing it.
Fuck you. What do you know? Get the fuck out.
This is a movie. This ain't real life. Get out of here. You make it 4 times the size.
His name is Adrian Smith. He was brought on. He was brought in as a consultant during the writing process.
That's even worse. What?
Because he led the work of the Burj Khalifa, which at the time was the world's tallest building.
Isn't it still the tallest?
I think it still is. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But
because this building doesn't exist.
Right.
Oh, not anymore. Not after the end.
Right. This person didn't. This person didn't consult on it.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine
Like,
if you did the work on the Burj Khalifa and like one of your crowning achievements in life, and they're like, "Oh, by the way, we need you to come in to be a consultant." Oh, okay. Are we building another like major building? I'm really excited about that. No, you're gonna be the consultant on this dumb fuck movie where we're just gonna make a fantasy building
that's twice as big as the one you actually made. You're like, that's not okay.
But I don't want to.
Like, what are we talking about right now? Like, is it possible? I mean,
you try.
Not really. What do you know?
So Botha's men, like you said, they put down the baking soda or whatever it was, and they start a fire on the 96th floor. The Rock's family is on the 97th or 98th floor.
Good.
And the way the fire suppression system is supposed to work is if an entire floor of the building gets on fire, it's supposed to be contained within that floor, right? So the fire can't, creep up or creep down or whatever, right?
Right.
And ideally, it's supposed to stamp out the fire before anything happens. They set a fire on the 96th floor of the building, triggering and activating the advanced computer-controlled fire extinguishing system installed throughout the skyscraper. But a hacker at the security center hacks the tablet, and this guy's, he's like hot shit, right? Because Asian pop star gives hot shit hacker the tablet, and he does it, right? And he's like, here you go. Now you have full access. I'm literally the only person in the world that can do what I just did for you. And then
he says that.
Right, he says it. And Asian
Pretty
pop star,
smart, isn't it?
Asian pop star is like, thanks. Bam! Blow your fucking head off. I appreciated that, actually.
Yeah, because you can't say, I'm the only one who can decrypt this. And she's like,
and I've done it for you.
Yeah.
Already.
Thanks. Yeah, thanks.
Well, I don't need you now, do I?
Yeah, once that shit gets started, you dead.
The family is trying to escape. The Rock is FaceTiming them. Apparently, Chinese Wi-Fi is amazing
during a fucking catastrophe.
And he's trying to guide them out. And all of a sudden, something happens to them, or I forget the details.
Okay, so hold on a second. You gotta go back a little bit.
Yes.
Because before the hacker gets murdered and all that other shit, the police are now they have their emergency response staging area at Kowloon Plaza outside of the building.
We're going to talk about how conveniently that bitch shows up when he just comes off the fire escape.
Who, the
Asian pop star? She shows up, beats him up, and then the cops show up like 2 minutes
Two
later.
minutes later, right.
I'm like, yeah.
And she walked away, by the way, from
She
that.
walked away from gunfire.
Like, she didn't even, like,
pop, pop, pop.
and it was just like, yeah,
Yup,
she
to
just,
the
like,
car. I was
walked
like,
sexily
yo,
back to the
everyone-
car. I was like, what the fuck?
Everyone is shooting everybody. And no one got hit except for the people, except for like the ancillary characters. I'm like,
Okay.
you really need to go back to police training because you can't hit anything.
No, they got trained where
The
stormtroopers
Rock
get trained in
fucking-
Star Wars movies.
The Rock didn't get shot and he was running on a bum leg. I'm like,
Also, he's a massive target. He's
Yeah.
3 times as wide as the average Chinese person.
What I found amusing is that when the cops came, they were firing. The Rock used somebody as a human shield.
Yeah.
But like it's funny, right? Because he's so big. Like it would be like me holding
Like a microphone.
yeah, it would be like holding this phone up as a human shield. Like, don't hit me, guys. Don't hit me.
And somehow they managed to not do it. You need like 9 dudes duct taped together and be like Chinese human
oh
shield.
my God.
So back in Kowloon Plaza, the emergency response staging area, there is a head police officer, and this was the guy that I was wondering if you guys noticed who he was. That's Ryu from the Street Fighter movie.
Is it?
Wait,
Yeah.
what?
Oh
The
shit!
the top cop is it's Ryu.
Oh shit,
Yeah.
son!
That dude.
Is it him?
Yeah, that's him. Because he hasn't done anything else.
Yeah,
Not
no kidding.
not American.
Not in America.
Nah.
And
Yeah, that's it.
That is not a good omen if you're in this movie and you want to break into America.
Yeah.
So yeah, they got the hacker to hack the tablet to stop the fire suppression system and to lock out Zhao from being able to use it on his end. Why Zhao would give that amount of access to the Rock?
Okay, this is
baffling to me.
well, I guess they got root access, so they could kick out anybody at that point. But I don't know. There should be something that's more hardwired that he would have.
Yeah.
He would have full access.
Yeah.
But you know,
So everything is cut off. There's a fire line on the 96th floor, so that people can't come from the bottom up.
right?
We mentioned the Detective Inspector Ryu,
Okay,
and his partner
Ken. Burley.
Chun-Li.
Right.
So that's racist.
I mean, she is Chinese,
She works for Interpol, right?
and she works for.
Oh my god! Is this movie in the Street Fighter universe? The
Yeah,
answer
it is
might
now.
surprise you.
So
The hacker was Ken, wasn't he?
they think that that the Rock might have something to do with it. The Rock knows that his family is trapped inside this. All right, this is where we kick it into gear, right?
Yeah, because we've been playing around the edges.
Right.
Yeah,
this is
absolutely.
all set up. 40 minutes of setup. Now this is where this movie, you can check your brain at the door because you are not going to need it anymore.
No, you really aren't.
So The Rock is like, my family's in there, Sarah. and he's like, how do I get to them, right? And he's in Kowloon Plaza or whatever, and he sees the big monitors, and he sees that that people are looking for him. The cops are looking for him, right?
Yeah, manhunt. For
Right.
The
So he sees a gigantic super crane and has the bright idea of, I'm going to use that super crane to get into that building. I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I'm going to do it, right?
Yeah.
So he runs
I mean,
up-
that's the thoughts of an everyman.
he runs over to the super crane or whatever, right? He realizes, oh shit, it's locked. Instead of trying to, I don't know, find something that might be able to open the door, he decides, you know what? Fuck it. Time to man up. And he climbs this bitch. Now let me put this shit into perspective for you, all right? He climbs this
so
super crane.
big.
He climbs this super crane. Keep in mind, he has a bum leg, right? He
Give him like
climbs
275. What the fuck?
Right. He climbs the super crane in the span of, I don't know, 5, 6, maybe 7 minutes. Now, he needs to get above the fire line. The fire line is on floor 96. this is a 220-story building, and the fire is on floor 96, right? He has to go higher than the fire line if he's going to jump it, right? So let's just say, for easy math, he climbs up to around floor 100. A building story, rule of thumb, is about 10 feet. This nigga climbed 1,000 feet.
In less than 10 minutes.
Yo, 1,000 feet.
First of all, no. Second of all, he did it in less than 10 minutes.
Right. Meanwhile, all of the Chinese police force just can't catch up to him because he's so goddamn fast.
I would like to just point out this image. I will show it to Terrence. I think she describes the response perfectly. When Inspector Ryu says, "Hey, take a look at this," and they see him climbing the fucking 1,000.
And it's not a fucking ladder, yeah.
Right, it's not a ladder. Like
it's fucking hard.
Like it's like girder. No, yo.
His arms would have been burning, dude, burning.
At one point,
I wouldn't even do it if it was a ladder. I don't think I could. Like,
no.
The way my fear of heights is set up, no, I would freak out.
This nigga's 1,000 feet in the air. No.
He climbs it. He has to monkey bar his way over to the side.
Yo, that scene is insane. Where's the wind? The wind would have you would have grabbed it and it would have thrown your ass right off. Get out of here.
That high, that shit would have been swaying.
Yeah,
the crane is just swaying just because it's so fucking high.
Yeah, definitely.
He gets in the crane. Apparently, as well as being a U.S. Marine war veteran, retired FBI hostage rescue team leader, security assessor, he is also
father, you son of a bitch.
He's also a Chinese crane operator.
Oh yeah, no, because a lot of Chinese cranes have English on them too, for some strange fuck reason. Why?
So he's using the crane to burst
slave labor.
To burst a hole into
Homo sapiens? Or no?
He's using a crane to burst a hole into the building, right? And he does it. And I guess he's gonna slide down the cables. I guess.
By the way, when that happened, when the cable or the hook gets connected to the building, I was like, okay, that makes way more sense to try that than to try the leap of faith. Right. No.
But the cable doesn't hold. The police are on his tail. So he's like...
Because they took the elevator like smart people.
Right. So he's like, fuck, what would the Flash do at this point? So he decides to get in the blocks and sprint at 30 miles an hour.
He did.
To make this jump. And he makes the jump with one hand. All right, yo, your left hand. I'm pretty sure The Rock is right-handed. So he made this. He ran 30 miles an hour on a platform that's, what, 100 feet?
Nah, and the funny thing is, it's amazing how he's not tired.
Yeah, he's got all the energy in the fucking world.
Yeah.
First of all, you know how long it takes me to walk 1,000 feet? How many feet is a mile?
500 or 5,280.
I was gonna say it's like 5,000.
1,000 feet, not too far. I mean, it wouldn't take that long to walk, but like, yo, this nigga climbed 1,000 feet.
Yeah, yo.
And had the energy to run 30 miles an hour and jump off of a fucking crane.
That's like 3 football fields. 3 1/3 football fields.
Yeah, no
climbed in 5 minutes.
Yeah, no big deal. No big deal.
Nah, yo.
Not a big deal.
Nah, yo.
At 275. I just
on a bum leg, yo. Like, I can't stress that enough. Like, I'm sure that people who have lost limbs are more than capable of doing anything in the world except for this. I'm sorry. You can't. You can't.
No, you can't.
Because you can't either.
No, because you don't believe in yourself. That's the problem. Because you are not a family man yet. You don't realize the strength or the ends of the earth that you would go for your children and your wife. You just don't understand it.
Apparently.
Now, when your son is born, you too will be able to jump from a super crane.
I can't wait to be Superman. My son is born.
You develop Batman level powers. You know how many people would die trying to do this? Everyone. All of them.
So yeah, he makes it. He makes it, and
he jumps
move
the crane closer. Like, just for reality's sake, they're like, nah, fuck that.
He jumps and he grabs with his left hand. He's able to hold on after using all that arm strength to climb
1,000 feet.
1,000 feet in record time.
Yeah, his arm would just be like, "Oh shit!" and it's gone.
Oh,
He would have gotten to the top of the crane and just been like rubbing his arms, like, "Yeah, come on, man, you're not doing that." He runs and he's got a hop along like bob to it. Like, yo, nah, you're not making it.
This was the point where my wife was just like, okay.
Did she stick around or did she just walk away?
Look, I know we say this, right? You say this a lot. You're half joking, but you're kind of serious about it. She literally, no bullshit, got up and did laundry. She literally got up, did laundry, and started folding laundry to this movie.
Yeah, that makes all the sense in the world.
Yo.
I mean, it's not like you need the details.
Right.
No.
And she's 7 months pregnant and was just like, you know what? When you're 7 months pregnant, you generally don't want to do anything except sit on your ass because you're lugging around a human being. She was just like, you know what? I need something to do.
I don't want to do damage to this baby.
Right.
This ain't right.
This shit is hurting my head. I got to do something.
Yeah, she might as well have just been drinking alcohol. It's the same level of bullshit you're doing in that job and watching this movie. Get out of here.
Oh my god.
So we cut to...
We're only 47 minutes.
we cut to Zhao and his black security guard, whose name is apparently Okiki. Or OKK. They send 2 security guards.
Okay. Yeah, all right.
They send 2 security guards to rescue
Couldn't he just
Sarah.
be Tyrone? Like, it's got to be some fucking bullshit.
They send 2 security guards to go rescue Sarah, Georgia, and Henry from the fire, but the guards are killed in an explosion that destroys a nearby elevator, forcing the family to navigate through the flames to the upper lobby. Zhao and OKK, believing Sawyer's family to be dead, decide to evacuate all remaining personnel and board a helicopter at the English guy's suggestion, only for the English guy to reveal that he was villain all the time.
And they rip the scene from The Rock, where it's like the guys on the lower level being shot down by the guys at the upper level. That whole scene in the bathroom. Yeah. It's the same rip-off scene.
Yeah. So yeah, he reveals that he works for Botha. OKK, the black guy, was injured, but in his, like a loyal manservant, on his dying breath, he picks up a gun and shoots with pinpoint accuracy.
Yeah.
Shoots this dying man with pinpoint accuracy. Shoots the helicopter pilot that the bad guys were going to use to get away, causing the helicopter pilot to immediately fall forward and destroying the helicopter and that area of the building that is twice as large as the Burj Khalifa.
Here's my question. Why not take that last bit of energy you had and shoot Both in the head?
Yeah.
Who's right there. You might have, that might have helped. I don't know. But it seems like trapping your boss inside the building with no way to escape didn't really help anybody.
Moron.
So the English dude is told by Botha that he needs to go capture Sawyer's family. And we cut to Sawyer recuperating, mounting up. He has a shrapnel in his shoulder. You've had soldier surgery. I'm sure you could speak to this. That when you went to the doctor and had surgery,
it's definitely happened
to fix your shoulder. They poured alcohol on it. Right.
Like they gave bourbon. You vodka in this case.
Vodka, right.
Yeah, which is just for women on diets. Get out of here.
They gave you some gauze and
they let me take a swig of the alcohol too.
Yeah.
Just like an old fucking Red Dead Redemption like lifestyle. Little for the wound, little for me.
They put some gauze on your shoulder and then they proceeded to wrap your shoulder up with duct tape.
Yeah, what else are you supposed to?
What happened?
What else are you supposed to fucking use?
I mean, did the doctor say that Jay, I'm going to do this experimental surgery, but trust me, if you can't fix it with duct tape, you're not using enough duct tape.
And I was like, thanks, Doctor The Rock. I appreciate it. You're so normal and so everyday. You're like a person that everyone would love to have a beer with.
Yeah, because everyday guys use duct tape, guys.
Yep.
Did you know that? That's how he's conveying his everymanness.
I have a question.
By using duct tape and calling it. Is duct tape a brand?
Yeah.
Is it?
I think it's duct tape. Is the brand. Where there is duct tape.
Yeah, I think it's become like Xerox. You know what I mean? Like I think it was a brand, but then it just became a common thing. Because there's like frog tape now, and there's like all these other ones that feel like the same type of tape.
The brand duct tape.
Okay, well maybe you were saying duct tape, but
yeah, not DUCK,
DUCT.
Yeah, DUCT.
But first of all, duct tape is not this strong. Like it's not.
Yes, it is.
No.
Yes, it is.
No.
Yes, it is. Clearly, you weren't using enough duct tape. That's why you don't know that. It's like you didn't even pay attention to the movie you just watched. Clearly, you're the idiot. It can make you into Spider-Man. It can hold a shoulder together.
It can hold a shoulder together, but you can rip it with your teeth. That's how strong it is.
That's how amazing
That's how strong it is. You could just rip. You could just easily rip it.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's interesting how that works.
Yep.
Sawyer, the English dude, is coming after. Okay, all right.
Yeah,
all right.
Yeah, we're through the looking glass now,
yeah.
everybody.
Oh yeah. All right. So the English dude corners Sawyer's family.
Hello, Governor. I'm here to help.
They're in the central park of this building because this building that is twice as large as the Burj Khalifa has a central park in the
30 stories high.
And there he confronts them and he's like, come here, Sydney. And she leaves the kids there and she's like, it's okay. She happened to have a pair of scissors and she stabbed the dude.
That didn't, okay, hold. Because she picked up the pair of scissors and put them in her purse like ominously for no reason. Here's how you write an actual movie. Yes. You would have given her a reason to have the scissors in her purse that was reasonable, period.
But she's a combat she's a
combat surgeon.
Combat surgeon, so obviously she knew that danger was afoot.
Like that shit really made me mad. I was like, it's just little shit like that. Like just have her be like, oh, hey, Mom, can you bring your scissors? Because I need X, Y, and Z. And she's like, I'm just going to grab these. And just have them in her purse. And then she's like, bow! She has to do with it. Instead, she was like, I'm going to need these for later to stab a random Englishman in the leg.
So she had them in her purse. When did she put them in her pocket?
During her during her large climb up 30 stories in the building that's twice the size of the Burj Khalifa. I don't think we can say that enough.
It's very big. So ridiculous, show. So, all right. They subdue this Englishman, right? The kids are running.
No. You are giving that. You are glossing over that way too easy. Okay. She stabs him. No, excuse me. He's got her from behind. She grabs his arm, raises it up, turns around, stabs him in the leg, then does a fucking Hapkido fucking toss. I was like, yo, she's a surgeon. Yo, what the fuck?
A combat surgeon.
Yeah.
You're forgetting the combat part, Jay.
Yeah.
Yes, she is a surgeon in the middle of combat.
No,
that doesn't mean
it means that she was trained in combat and she's a surgeon, nigga. Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
You know what? I concede. You know what? You're clearly right.
Yeah. It wouldn't be a class in Call of Duty if it didn't have some sort of offense.
Yeah, come on, yo. Like, you're a medic of destruction. Like, that's not a thing. Oh my god. Yo, that fucking that shoulder toss was actually pretty solid.
Do no harm. Not today, bitch.
And he pulled her a knife and she
again redirects it.
Beat his ass again.
Yeah, redirects it, slices his leg.
Super worthless.
Yeah, dude. You got your ass kicked by Nev Campbell, a mediocre actress at best.
Oh shit. So
wasn't she on Seventh Heaven? One of those shows?
Like Party of Five.
Yeah, it was Party of Five. That's what it was. Yeah, I knew you'd know.
So
I've never seen that show.
Don't you lie.
No, I swear to God, I've never seen that show. I'm dead serious.
Okay.
I would admit if I've seen the shit.
It was like Party of Five. No, it's definitely Party of Five.
Yeah,
I loved her performance.
it's like the reverse of the argument you were having upstairs. Like, no, you didn't see that movie. Yes, I did. No, you saw that show. No.
No, I've never seen that.
He needs to be under a lie detector like on Seinfeld. Did you see Melrose Place? I haven't seen it.
So the kids run, right? Mom is chasing after them, but the kids run across a bridge. Mom is trying to chase after them. Just before Mom can get halfway across the bridge, a beam, some sort of support beam, falls and it cuts the bridge in half. Right? It cuts the bridge. The bridge doesn't collapse because
no, you need it for the next scene.
Right.
Yeah.
I laughed so hard when that bridge got torn in half. I was like, oh, of course it did. Of course. And she could just see her kids. They're just on the other side. Oh, if only. Oh, my
Englishman
God.
gets up and he's like, oh, I'm going to kill you now. And all of a sudden, The Rock...
Are you ready for your own Brexit?
All of a sudden, The Rock hobbles his ass along and he shoulder checks the English dude into the broken section of the bridge, falling 30, 40 stories, I guess.
I don't know. Whatever. I mean, he fell into fire.
Right. So, all right. This scene
is the greatest scene.
This scene really irked me, yo.
Did you get a tear in your eye when you saw the scene? As you think about like your son being born, you're like, this is what you're gonna have to do at some point for him. Hold a bridge together.
I'll tell you what I would have done in a minute. It's what The Rock should have done. But so this scene, right?
Laid across it like Superman.
Don't read ahead. So The Rock breaks some sort of plank off of the side of this bridge, and they make a bridge for the hole, you know, that you could walk on the plank.
Sure.
Now instead of this shit is fucking just irking me. They make a plank, right? But on The Rock's side, the bridge is still kind of wobbly. So The Rock, in his every-manness, decides, oh, it's okay, Sarah. I'm gonna hold the bridge up with the strength of my every-manness, and I'm gonna keep that section of the bridge in place. And he's not even straining, yo. Like, look at him. Like,
yeah, he's literally like this. You would think his arms would be really tired from climbing 1,000 feet fucking 10 minutes ago.
So he's holding this shit.
Guy never gets DOMs, man. Like, I tell you.
He's holding this shit while trying to hold a fart in. And Nev Campbell's like, all right, I'm going to come over. I'm going to cross the plank, get my son, and then come back over with him instead of just having the boy cross the plank by himself.
Yeah, I get that.
No, I don't. Cross that fucking plank.
Look what's underneath. There's like 30 floors of death.
Nah,
you're not gonna go save your own kid. No, I'm calling bullshit.
Yeah.
You're gonna do it. It's dumb as fuck, but you're gonna do it.
Fine.
Yeah, you're gonna do it.
Fine. Why did the daughter stay up there?
There's a waterfall up there.
Yeah, exactly. Why did the daughter stay up there? They were both there at the same time. Like, where's Georgia? And he's like, oh, she's up there. Well, bring your happy ass down here so mom can go across and come back and get you, right? But here's what I would have done. Instead of sending my wife over there, since apparently I can run 30 miles an hour, I'm just going to jump that bitch. Because why the fuck not?
I mean, that's a good point.
Why didn't he just jump it? Yo, come on, man. Yo, that's what I would do to save my kid. I wouldn't tell my kid to jump the shit because the kid's mutant abilities haven't manifested yet.
That's true.
So I would just jump the bitch. Because why the fuck not?
Oh my God.
Yo, come on,
I mean, I gotta say, that makes all the sense in the world. He clearly has no problem. I mean, that's 5 feet.
Right.
5 feet. Man, by the way, I could jump 5 feet.
Look, even if it's 10 feet, he jumped from the super crane to our building. Yo.
It was like 30 feet.
Like, come on, man.
while being chased by gunfire.
And he jumped up a little bit, like he didn't just run off it and then hope that his momentum would carry him down. No, he leaped off of it to get a little bit of altitude. He could have made that jump.
You think he's a little lazy?
Out of here.
You think maybe his legs are tired from making the previous jump? I don't know.
Hey, get the fuck out of here, man. Get the fuck out of here. All right, so he gets. So
they eventually make it back to the other side.
Yeah, but how does the wife get across then?
No, the wife stays there. The wife stays there because they bring him to their side.
Yeah.
Right, but okay, so all right, you jump. How you getting your son back though?
I put him on my shoulders and I jump over. Why not? Why not?
That little bit of extra weight, you wouldn't make the jump.
Nah, then I would throw him over. I would fastball special him.
Yeah, no, that's what you would do. Yeah. That you're the Rock. You could toss that kid just like that John Wayne fucking meme where he throws the kid into the river. Yeah, and you just toss that kid right over that fucking bridge. Now I'd be like, you know, the scene. I don't remember the name of that movie, but like aim for the bushes, and I would just fucking throw that kid. Yeah, I'd toss him. Yeah, absolutely.
Why not?
He's little. He probably what?
He's the smaller of the two children.
Yeah, he's probably a good 50 pounds.
Yeah, that's nothing for the Rock. That's nothing for
He could throw a 50-pound dumbbell.
Jump. I could have made that jump.
Right.
Yeah. Like I think I legitimately could have made that jump.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Fuck out of here, Rock. So, all right, we're not done yet with my gripes of this scene. We're not done yet. All right. We're not done yet with this scene.
There's a pretty big part to the scene that doesn't make any sense.
So she walks back across on.
So they're like, you got to get out of here, Sarah. So take Henry, get in this elevator.
Yeah, this scene is insane.
Yeah. This elevator has like brakes on it that if it falls too fast, it will eventually slow down. But you got to press a button and you got to count to 5 and press a button or some bullshit, right?
Yeah, this sounds like a lot of wishing and hoping.
It sounds like a lot of nonsense, right? So he's like, "Are you guys get in the elevator? I'm gonna cut the cable because I'm strong enough to cut the cable, but I'm not strong enough to jump 10 feet and throw my 50-pound kid over and jump back. I'm not strong enough for that, but I'm strong enough to cut this cable with this axe. All right, whatever, nigga."
But he's really tired from all the climbing. He's exhausted.
So I'm gonna cut it, and then you guys are gonna count to 5, hit the emergency brakes because these elevators for some strange reason don't have brakes that work automatically.
No,
right? Like you have to manually hit the brakes.
By the way, wouldn't that leave her to do that, man? I feel like it would take a level of real strength. She was just like, bink.
It would take a level of strength. And not to mention the fact that if you're in an elevator and it's falling at terminal velocity,
yeah, it's gonna be.
You don't weigh more than that elevator. You're gonna float up,
and you're gonna bang your head.
And you're gonna bang your head on the ceiling, and you're gonna stay your happy ass there until you hit the fucking ground.
Yeah.
This shit got on my goddamn nerves.
As an engineer.
Because that's not how physics works, nigga. You are not heavier than that fucking elevator.
You don't know that.
Yes, I do. Fuck you. Fuck you, movie. Yo, that shit really
Take it easy.
Me,
There's no need to go on a rant.
That shit really irked me, man. And then she just stops it. All right, because it's a movie. You stop it at the right time.
She stopped it on like floor 5. Like, ding. Like, oh, are we there? Oh yeah, this is the shopping level. Let's just pop over to fucking. Let's just pop over to the grocery store. It's
Nigga,
fine.
This shit, that whole scene, I was just, wow, yo, wow.
I like the 2 guys who show up for Georgia, and they're like, "Hey, we're the good guys." And see, that's Rock's
the 1 quarter blackness.
Yeah, she was like, "Nah, good guys don't have guns, my nigga. During a fire, like, nah, I gotta go. What y'all shooting at the fire for?
Good guys don't have Fu Manchus. I'm getting the fuck out of here."
Yeah, she bolted. She was like, "Nice try." Nah, that was the black in her. She was like, "Gotta go."
Sarah and Henry use the elevator for a free fall escape with the plan to engage the emergency brakes to reach the ground safely. They would have died upon reaching the ground floor.
So they would have hit that ground and like splat. It wouldn't have been nothing left.
Upon reaching the ground floor, Sarah helps the police identify Bartha as the ringleader. Sarah then explains to Detective Inspector Ryu and Interpol Agent Lee.
It's not Lee. It's not Lee. Please tell me it's not Lee.
Oh no, I'm just making.
Oh, I was like, yo, first name Chung. Like, all right, yo, come on.
that she saw terrorists carrying parachutes. That's how they are going to escape, and that they are. And she helps them identify a specific drop zone. Meanwhile,
wow, for a combat surgeon, she is fucking a pretty goddamn good detective as well. She's amazing. That's why The Rock married her.
Meanwhile, Sawyer finally locates his daughter, Georgia. She has been abducted by Botha, who uses her to negotiate his own escape from Sawyer and force Sawyer to capture Zhao. So Zhao went into his safe room, right? And it's impregnable, right? And Zhao went in his safe room because that's where he's keeping the MacGuffin.
Of course.
The terrorist is like, look, he talks to Sawyer. He's like, look, you better find a way in there or we're going to kill your daughter.
No, he said, we're going to take your daughter home and throw off the roof.
Yeah.
which did not go over well with The Rock. He was like, all right, now see, as an everyman, I normally don't get too upset, but I'm really pissed off as if like my Sunday NFL package got canceled. I'm very pissed off.
So this is another one of these, like, The Rock is just wanking it to himself scenes, right? So after, the scene of
the duct tape scene?
No, this scene coming up with The Rock is like, all right, I got to find this thing in order to open the safe room.
Okay. Please continue, because I have a serious problem with this scene.
Okay. So he's like, okay, the thing that I got to find, I can only access from the outside of the building, right? So The Rock takes this big heavy thing, breaks open the glass. He picks up this thing that's heavy enough to break this glass from a building that is 100 feet in the air, but couldn't jump over, get his kid, throw him over, and jump back.
Again.
All right.
Again, he was exhausted.
All right. And I think I know what your problem with this is. He loads up, right? Because he's doing all this impromptu. So he loads up. He gets duct tape. He wraps the tape outside in on his hands and on his toes. And he has a rope that he got from somewhere.
Where the fuck? Where did the rope come from?
I have no idea.
It was a
where the
lot of
came
fucking
from.
rope.
That was a whole lot of rope.
Yeah, it's from the rope store.
They got a rope store in the building?
Yeah, it's floor 98. Rope store.
The rope bar?
Yeah, like, who knows?
So he anchors himself, right? And he goes onto the outside of the building using duct tape as like suction cups.
Yeah, the Spider-Man is where
to Spider-Man his way over there. First of all, let me tell you something, yo. I don't give a fuck how strong duct tape is. When you put duct tape down and you take the bitch off, that's it.
Yeah, you get one, maybe two times.
Yeah, you don't get a lot of fucking sticky.
There's no adhesion once you take that bitch off and on, off and on.
It's not Velcro.
Right.
That's not how it works. So, but this is not my problem with it. It's the inconsistency of many things. One, the entire movie is predicated on this idea that the tablet controls the building. And they have turned on or off these certain systems. They turned off the fire suppressant systems and all this other stuff. That's why the building is burning. They're like, no one can turn it on. We've killed the hacker. We've got good total control. And then people are like, oh, we can't stop it. Yet The Rock just walks up to panels and he's like, beep, boop, bop. Where's the thing? And then he's like, oh, it's over here. Like, wait, no. But shouldn't those things not work? He's like, oh, where's this? We're fine. I'll just go to the thing.
Facial recognition, right?
Right. Like, it's no big deal.
Whatever.
But then, before he goes outside to do his, ghetto Spider-Man shit, he picks up the thing and he smashes it through the window, right? He hits it once, he doesn't break. He hits it again in the same spot, it breaks. Okay. How is it that he had the strength to do it once, but when he goes to move the second one to put in the way of the window, he is struggling to move it? It's the same one. Like, it's the same thing, right?
It's a pair.
Right. He was just like, bunk. He just picked it up 4 seconds ago.
Yeah. Oh, and by the way, he definitely murdered someone with the first one that he threw out the window.
Yeah, I hope you weren't close. Dead. Because apparently that thing weighs somewhere between 20 to 1,000 pounds. I just love the inconsistency in one scene. I was like, wait, but isn't those things? Oh, okay. So, all right, that's fine.
So The Rock rappels his ass down to
That rope is not holding you
Where the
down.
fuck did he got it out of some kind of fucking
Shaft.
I don't know where the hell.
I don't know where he got it from, but he rappels his ass down to a section where wind turbines are, because this panel that this brilliant architect who was consulted on said, "Oh yeah, you know it would be good to have this wire panel, this fuse box, essentially, be placed in between wind turbines."
Yeah. For security reasons.
No.
For security
Who
reasons.
the fuck is going up there?
Nobody. Exactly.
Yeah.
It's a subroutine to get open the master penthouse suite. So you don't want to have that easily accessible. You need that to be in the video game style. You got to time this just right jump through a turbine, which he does quite quickly. He's like, 1, 2, and he just does it. I'm like, no, bink, you'd have hit it and it'd have been like restart level, my nigga. Like, no, you're dead. Like, no, stop.
Oh shit. Meanwhile,
he makes his way to the other side of the building. First of all, like,
rather easily.
This is.
This is ridiculous. Meanwhile, the bad guys are like, feed the fire. Like,
and that tape.
open
Hold
the-
on, time out. Let me.
The Rock jumps out of the turbine again, just on a leap. Just on a leap.
Fuck that timing bullshit.
Yeah,
There's a fire
just on
coming.
a leap. And he was just like, bam, he got that shit.
This scene, the duct tape is on the wrong. He has it wrapped up, facing down on his shoes.
He does?
I'm looking at this scene right here, as he's
Maybe his shoes were falling apart.
like right here. It's facing.
It's just wrapped.
Oh.
He don't even have the sticky part out on the feet.
You don't. Again, I feel like you're not a trained FBI combat father-husband veteran with one leg.
Okay, so that's just
Security
That's just
exists.
wrong.
That's just terrible, is what that is.
Okay.
So The Rock is able to cut the necessary wire to open the door. He leaps out because the fire is like, oh shit, The Rock is there. Let's go get his autograph. Right? And he's trying to run away from the fire and shit. And he leaps out. He's swinging around. Everything is all disorienting. All of a sudden, he starts to fall, right? And his bad leg gets caught in the rope, and it saves him from plummeting to his death.
Oh, thank God.
Instead of just falling right the fuck off of his bum leg, because that's what would have happened.
Right. Again,
Pablo Escobar, whatever the fuck his name is, was able to rip the bitch off in a fight.
Yeah.
You trying to tell me that 275-pound man and with gravity playing a part, the shit is just gonna stay there?
Yeah, no, it's a quality leg.
Nah, yo.
And he got that because I don't know if you remember that he was in the FBI, and so he's an American hero. So he got a quality Iron Man level leg.
This shit is fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, but you're ridiculous. This movie's amazing.
But he makes it. The leg saves him. He climbs up his bum leg. Like, he climbs up the leg, and then he climbs into it. The doors are closing. He's like, oh, shit, I got to hurry up. I got to pull my leg up, 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 and then crawl my ass over and stick the leg into the door.
That's a lot of time, dude. That's a lot of time.
Right, because I think the door was just like, we're closing. Oh, wait, we're too fast. Let's just hang out for a second. Let
Get a chance.
back.
Make way for the closing doors, please.
So
That's how he really lost his leg, by the way. It was on a DC
right, it was on a subway, right? And them bitches do not open back up. Fuck you.
It was like, we said, get the fuck out of the way.
So yeah, he makes it in. He kisses his leg, and Zhao comes to him at gunpoint. It's like, yo, what you doing here, yo?
And The Rock did something I thought was actually pretty funny. He's like, you're too close. And the guy's like, huh? And he's like, you just grabbed his ass up. Yeah, if you're going to hold a gun on somebody, don't stand right up next to them where their arms can get you.
Right.
Get them in a distance where you could shoot them right in the back.
Right.
That's what I would do.
Yo, this scene is so fucking dumb. I'm watching the scene when he's climbing up the fucking bitch with his after his leg fell off. Yo, okay, fine.
All right. So Well, how far are we in this movie?
We're
An hour and 16 minutes into an hour and 50-minute movie, and we find out why the bad guys are doing what they're doing now.
Yeah, that's a little too long.
Yeah, it's very long. Sawyer informs Zhao of the situation that he's in as Zhao reveals the reason for Botha's attack. You see, halfway through the construction process, so when the building was the size of the Burj Khalifa. Rival gangsters, because Zhao is a gangster at heart, right? Rival gangsters under the control of Botha decide to use their control of construction crews working on the skyscraper to extort millions of dollars in shakedown payments, preventing a massive strike on construction workers in order to prevent a massive strike, potentially halting the building's process. Zhao agrees to the shakedown payments, but not without carefully tracking and recording Botha's international money laundering scheme in his attempt to legitimize the funds that he has extorted. Zhao believes that the memory drive they have created containing the money laundering tracking information on Botha will provide them the insurance against any attempts by Botha to extort money from them a second time. Botha learns the existence of the hard drive and makes it a personal priority to retrieve the drive in order to destroy it so that he can essentially protect all the other rival gangsters.
Right. All his clients, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is incredibly convoluted.
Just say,
I want to steal money.
Right. Like, it's incredibly convoluted and stupid, and you didn't have to set the building on fire. You didn't.
Like, you just did not.
You did not have to set the building on fire, but he says, oh, I wanted to set the building on fire because I know you love it, and I wanted to see you, squirm. All right.
So I'm going to go ahead and set this building on fire to bring attention to myself.
Right. Yeah, I'm going to set this building on fire and then have to go through all this rigmarole to try and get the fuck out the bitch.
Yeah.
Well, they had a helicopter set up. Until
OKK and his fucking dead-eye aim was able to one-shot kill the pilot.
It's like, got him.
But, all right. So, Sawyer and Zhao make a plan to rescue Georgia, while Sarah accompanies Ryu and Chun-Li and several other officers to Botha's drop zone because Botha's going to parachute out, and they figured out where he's going to land, right?
I can't believe this is a real movie. I'm serious. I like the clip of what's about to happen is going on. It's just insane.
So the wife and Ryu and Chun-Li are fighting Botha's men, where Asian pop star is there, and she kind of tries to choke out Nev Campbell. But
it's like, bitch, is about to be party of four. Get out of here.
But somebody, either Ryu or Chun-Li, comes in.
It was Ryu.
And he's like, get your hands up. And it was like a wrestling referee. It was like, I'm going to count the fucking 5 and shit, because she wasn't trying to let go of that bitch. But then she reluctantly let go. And then Nev Campbell sucker kicked her in the face.
Look, I'm telling you, I saw this coming a mile away. The second Asian pop star lady showed up and was like kicking ass all smoothly, I was like, Nev Campbell's going to fuck her up at the end.
Yeah.
Because you have to have a woman beat up another woman in the end. And I was like, she's got it coming.
Yeah.
And I was like, even though that doesn't make sense because Nev Campbell is a doctor and not a fucking
combat
doctor.
Damn it. Get it right.
This fall on ABC. Combat doctor.
Yo, Dick Wolf, you are out of ideas.
So back up.
Surgeon by day, combat vet by night.
So back on the building that's twice as big as the Burj Khalifa.
Double Burj.
Sawyer pretends to hand Zhao over to Botha, only for Zhao to distract him. So it's like, all right, it's like, hey, I got your guy, right? This is The Rock. He's like, hey, I got your guy. and where's my daughter? Let my daughter go. And then Zhao was like, "Ha bitch! I can't let you do this. I can't let you have the fucking Iron Man hard drive." And
Yeah, that hard drive, by the way, is just too big. Like, there's just too
Right.
much going on in that
like,
thing.
I understand what MacGuffins are, but Jesus Christ, yo,
Like, did they get it at the MacGuffin store? Like, something that looks like really like a special object?
So he's like, I can't let you do this, right? And that provides enough of a distraction for the everyman, Will Sawyer, combat vet, father, FBI and the hostage negotiator, security assessment security guard, and apparently fucking Lancelot, pulls a sword out of his butthole. Where did he keep the sword, yo?
Just like right in the front, like in the leg.
Yo, it's
Maybe it was like tucked into the fucking fake leg. You don't know.
Yo, but it's not. Yo, his leg isn't. It's not his whole leg.
You don't
that's
know
fake.
that. You don't know
yes,
that.
I do know that.
No, you don't know that. No, you don't know that.
He pulls out a sword and is getting ready to fight these dudes with guns. Now, look, I am all about swords and shit. I love that shit. I'm not gonna bring a sword to a gunfight.
Oh.
Not going to.
Well, this gunfight is special because it's in the Last Dragon room.
Yes.
You can never really know where they're at.
So this fight is in the Last Dragon room. This is the whole reason why that thing was introduced is because somebody had the bright idea of having a big shootout in a mirrored room.
I would say they had a bright idea. Follow me at the top of the Pearl Khalifa, because that's all this is. Like, there's nothing about this building that is special except for this room.
Yeah.
That's it. Everything else is just like, whatever.
What is the purpose of this room? Are you going to charge people to come in?
I think so. It doesn't make any sense.
What does it do?
They're like,
Right.
like, it's the eighth wonder of the world. You can show anything there. I was like,
I can show a
Fucking
digital
IMAX?
image of what's outside.
yeah.
Man, what's the point of the mirrors that come up? Like, what is the point of this room?
For a gunfight with multiple assailants and a guy with a sword. God, it's like, did you even watch this movie?
Yo,
that's the
this
only reason it's here.
This shit is so stupid.
Bruce
yo.
Lee would be very proud.
Like this, you talk about some shit that just don't make sense. This shit don't make sense. But I had a good time. At one point, The Rock is getting choked out by one of the mercenaries, and he pulls the mercenary's parachute.
That was solid.
To have him dragged out of there.
Yeah, that was a solid death. I like that.
That was fine.
That would be disastrous, by the way. Like, to die like that?
Yeah.
Yo, that's not good.
Yeah. So at one point the all the bad guys are taken out, right? So the players left are The Rock, his daughter Zhao, and fake Alan Rickman. And fake Alan Rickman has The Rock, dead to rights, right? Like he's got Georgia, and he's got the gun pointed at The Rock, and The Rock has the MacGuffin, and he's like, "Give me the MacGuffin." And
No, he doesn't have a gun. He's got a grenade.
yeah, he's got a grenade, and he's like,
That seems weirdly familiar. Is this familiar to anyone? The scene?
this particular scene.
Yeah. Doesn't this feel exactly like the first scene of the fucking movie?
Yeah,
Oh, as a kid,
Yeah.
and an explosive.
and an explosive device.
I'm gonna take that other leg, Rock. Come here. Let me throw it at your face.
Right, exactly.
What the fuck are we doing?
So he's like, hey, I'm gonna throw your kid down here, and The Rock is like, okay, but there's just one problem. I'm behind you, and then because the bad guy, was apparently looking at a reflection of The Rock, because these images are wherever you need them to be, whenever you need them to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I have control of the mirrors right now because I have the dude's watch. How did this happen?
Wait, did he have the watch?
No, he didn't.
Oh, okay. I was gonna
He
say
didn't have the watch. So how did he get behind him?
I have no idea.
Here's my question.
And how did he
Why would you give away the element of surprise?
Right.
I'd have just kicked them in the back. Like,
Yeah, but
I'd have grabbed my kid up and been like, boop, and then get gone. Fuck that. You only got to throw them off once. You don't have to. Your aim doesn't have to be perfect. You're 275 pounds. Just kick them.
Right. So he appeared behind the guy just like Zhao appeared behind the Rock in the beginning of the movie. Oh, okay.
I see what you're trying to do.
Yeah. We get that. That paid off. And there's one more thing that was foreshadowed that will get paid off. You see, the Rock and his daughter are trapped up there, and they're just like, I don't know what to do, honey. Like, we're just gonna stay up here and die, right? But Nev Campbell, who is off site somewhere, uses this tablet with
that she got from the dancing lady. With their incredibly strong Chinese Wi-Fi. Figures out. She's like, the nothing is working. Nothing is working in this mobile handheld device. I wonder what I need to do to fix this mobile handheld device that's not working. Oh, wait a minute. I'll turn it off and turn it back on again. And it worked.
Wow. Huzzah. Surprise.
So the crux of this movie, the final ending of this movie is that and this should be a lesson to all people out there. Ladies, listen to your husbands when they tell you something. How many times did he have to tell you to turn it off and back on again? It's not that hard.
How did you do that? I rebooted the system. Like, couldn't just leave it there. You couldn't just leave it there and just let us realize, you turned it off and turned it back on again. I see what you did. No, I turned it off and turned it on again.
This movie is so fucking stupid.
It's so dumb.
Daddy loves you. Daddy loves you.
All the Chinese people are, cheering The Rock on. They were cheering him on earlier too, by the way.
Which was weird.
Like, all right. Oh, okay, nigga. Clean yourself up. And yeah, there we go. We got a terrible song whose lyrics include something about I'm your savior and I'm fighting through the flames, yeah. This song is horrible, yo. It's horrible. It's the worst fucking thing I've ever heard in my entire life.
Those are actual lyrics to that fucking song. Look, I gotta tell you.
And this shit has like... This thing has a running time of 1 hour and 50 minutes.
Yeah, that's wild.
Or sorry, 1 hour and 42 minutes. And I think the credits are the credits are only 10 minutes, but this shit is
good. It's really good.
This movie was bad, yo. This movie was bad. But I had a good time. I had a good time watching it. I had a better time talking about it because I couldn't wait to do it. When I saw that screener, man, I couldn't wait to do this movie with y'all.
This movie is so over the top, man. Like, I will say this. If The Rock continues doing these type of movies, he could win me back. But you got it, like, stop trying to act so well. Like, this movie does not require it. Like, this movie is just have fun.
A bunch of fucking nonsense.
Yeah, just realize what you're in, yo.
Yeah.
Don't try to make this Hamlet, okay?
All right.
This is not. It's Ham, but it's not Hamlet.
So that's it, yo. You ready for Skyscraper 2? It's going to be 3 times as big as the Burj Khalifa.
Yo, if they make more of the... Are they making a sequel to this?
I have no idea.
If they make a sequel to this and it's called Skyscraper... like, nah, yo.
Skyscraper 2, Scrape Harder.
It's a good day to...
Scrappier.
Yeah, it's a good day to skyscrape. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, okay. So how does this line up against Die Hard? Because this is clearly his Die Hard.
It doesn't.
You don't think this? You don't think this is as good as Die Hard?
This is about to whoop your fucking ass.
Like, don't even say no shit like that at your mouth. Man. That's offensive.
I mean, I thought
that's egregious. Yo.
Is this better than Die Hard 2?
Is it better than Die Hard 5?
Yo, it might be like along the same line because that movie was fucking trash. Man.
What about Die Hard 4? I'm not a big fan of
Die Hard 4. I don't like Die Hard
either.
4.
I'm not a big fan of it, but Die Hard 4 is better.
Will this be better than Die Hard 6 in your opinion? The Die Hard
Die Hard
prequel.
5 was really fucking bad.
I did not think it was. I thought Die Hard 5 was quite entertaining.
Yo, Die Hard 5 is on this level here to me.
Yeah,
It is.
This shit was
100%.
this
so
movie's fucking stupid.
it is. It is, but you know what? I had a good time.
Yeah.
Can't lie about it. All right, that is it for us for this month's episode of No Time to Bleed. Hope you enjoyed that. We certainly did, as you could tell. And we will see you guys next month.
See you.
Take it easy.